Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. Quick shout out to my newest patrons, Robert L, Marty A, and Carrie S. Thank you for choosing to support the channel. Quick update, the rest of the yield curve series should be uploaded over the next week. First up today, we get a new 8K filed by Tesla signaling yes, another stock split is incoming. Tesla announces its plan to request stockholder approval at the upcoming 22 annual meeting of stockholders for an increase in the number of authorized shares of common stock through an amendment in order to enable a stock split of the company's common stock in the form of a stock dividend. So I'll run through everything you need to know, and while I do have a look at this new drone video through Giga Berlin, it is very impressive. One of the main reasons for Tesla to do this stock split is actually for the employee stock purchase program. Employees participating in this buy Tesla shares at a discount. It's 15% for Tesla, and Tesla employees can put up to 15% of post-tax earnings into an escrow account to eventually purchase Tesla shares. So if the stock price gets too high, employees won't be able to purchase stock from their own program. With an average salary for a Tesla employee of $55,000, that works out to around $220 per paycheck going into the ESPP if you elect the highest 15% option. And Tesla actually has a 6-month window for this program. That's 13 paychecks, which is about $2,800 per that 6-month window. So if the stock price for Tesla starts pushing $2,000, it can obviously become prohibitive for buying Tesla stock. Also, plenty of people are confused about the dividend wording. Look, Tesla is not issuing a dividend. For all intents and purposes, this is just a stock split where shareholders will end up with more Tesla shares. The same wording was indeed used for Tesla's 2020 split, saying, quote, "The board of directors has approved and declared a 5-for-1 stock split of Tesla's common stock in the form of a stock dividend to make stock ownership more accessible to employees and investors." Remember, if you're new, nothing fundamentally changes with the value of your holdings of Tesla. You just get more shares at a lower price. This, of course, is good for retail investors outside of America where fractional share ownership is less common. And remember, this does provide more liquidity for Tesla as there will be more shares outstanding. This does signal confidence from management. Last year's shareholder meeting for Tesla was in October. In 2020, it was September, but the 3 years prior, they were all in June. Don't forget, after Tesla announced a 5-for-1 split on August 11th, 2020, Tesla stock increased 81% in the following 20 days from $275 to $498 per share. Tesla is currently authorized to issue up to 2.1 billion shares of stock. 2 billion are common stock and 100 million are preferred stock. Yes, common stock holders like you and I are entitled to 1 vote for each share. Toward the end of last year, Tesla had around 1.004 billion shares outstanding. My personal preference here is for a 10-to-1 stock split, but I won't be surprised if it's another 5-to-1. And we could debate this point for hours, but from Bank of America, on average, companies have outperformed the S&P 500 by 16.3% after split announcements. And finally, Gary Black believes Tesla will put out a proxy statement before the AGM or the annual general meeting that he said has a deadline of May 2nd, so we should have more information in the weeks to come. From a reliable Tesla source, it appears as though Giga Shanghai will be shut down as of March 28th for a few days, potentially up to 4, for CV testing. And this shutdown will have more of an impact on Q1 production figures than it will actual delivery figures, which we should have on April 2nd. Here we have something that looks to me like an unofficial PR type of role for Brandenburg. The content and program specialist will create and drive compelling narratives, campaigns, and announcements. They'll draft public statements, write press and influencer information, pitch, and pitch some more. The role requires a content rock star with proven media pitching skills and media outreach experience, and a strong record of placing high-impact stories in lifestyle media, key regional newspapers, broadcast, and leading travel and lifestyle blogs. Now, sure, you can argue this might not be a direct PR type of role. However, clearly to me, the position is meant to spin narratives and shape how people think about Tesla in Brandenburg in an area where there has been plenty of negative attention. So I personally really like this move by Tesla. Just real quick, over the weekend, Tesla added a bunch of new items to the Tesla shop, a lot of new children's gear and apparel, so link below if you want to check it out. So when I first heard that Masterworks was becoming the premier place to invest in fine art, something clicked. I thought to myself, this could be a simple way for asset diversification because we all know there's basically zero chance I'm buying any stock other than Tesla. Masterworks gives us access to exclusive investments from artists like Banksy and Monet for a fraction of what billionaires have to pay to purchase the same art. Fun fact, roughly 2/3 of billionaires invest on average between 10 and 30% of their overall portfolio into the fine art market to diversify and to serve as an inflation hedge, which seems like a timely decision. Contemporary art has outpaced the S&P 500 total return by 164% from 1995 to 2021, and it's shown the lowest correlation to equities of any major asset class. And since 2020, Masterworks has sold 3 paintings, netting investors each over 30% net IRR, and these offerings usually sell out in just a few hours. And this is the first piece of art that I've chosen to own, so yes, I'm a big basketball fan, and I still have a little bit of game left. So if you'd like to add this asset class to your portfolio, you can use my link in the description below or the QR code on the screen and find out for yourself why so many people are using Masterworks.io. So here we have it, Andrej Karpathy taking some time off from Tesla. Plenty of people are kind of freaking out about this, so I want to calm the situation and add some context. He said, taking time off for rest and travel after 5 years at Tesla, excited to get focused time to resharpen my technical edge, train some neural nets. Though I already missed the robots, GPU, Dojo clusters, looking forward to having them at my fingertips again. And Elon tweeted, by the way, Karpathy is on a 4-month sabbatical. Listen, people are worried because Doug Field took a sabbatical in 2018 and then ultimately ended up leaving Tesla. So is it possible the same story plays out for Karpathy? Sure, it's possible, but is it likely? I would argue no, I don't think so at all. Remember, working on the FSD team at Tesla has to be an absolute grind. Honestly, any coding job should have set time away, and in many cases, time away can refresh the mind and body in ways where, when that person comes back, they're better than ever with a fresh perspective on how to solve problems. The bear case scenario here is Andrej is flat out burnt out with this problem and needs time away for his mental health, and he realizes he maybe wants to work on something else. To me, this bear case scenario feels like a 3% probability at the most. We're closer than ever to FSD being solved, and a break before the hopeful final push to solve this problem could be exactly what the doctor ordered. And let's not forget, Tesla is not a two-man show. The Tesla FSD autopilot teams deserve far more credit than they get. Yes, Andrej is incredible and very important, but so is the team, and people on the team will now have an opportunity to step up. So personally, not worried at all. I just can't imagine Andrej walking away and not wanting to come back to help push FSD across the finish line. But of course, we'll watch and see what happens. An update on the Cyber Rodeo at Giga Austin on April 7th. James Locke did get an email with an invitation. So yes, invites have started to go out. Nobody has any idea the rhyme or reason of this. All we learned is that all guests will receive a +1 invitation, and more information should come this week. On the Tesla configurator, Tesla has removed the option where if you add FSD, it shortens your delivery time. Right now, if you add FSD, nothing is changing. So as you can see, estimated delivery October to January. If you scroll down, if you click add FSD, as you can see, nothing changes for the estimated delivery. So apparently for now, that option where if you add FSD, you can get your car earlier, that has completely gone away for all vehicle models. Today, we also got an application for Giga Texas and the project name Giga Texas LCRA Permanent Switchyard and BESS or Battery Energy Storage System. So basically Tesla applying to have a switchyard for Megapacks that will presumably work in tandem with the solar panels on the roof of Giga Austin. I'm not going to read through the post, but on LinkedIn, Tesla shared a really nice post highlighting some of the work its employees and volunteers have been doing to help Ukraine. We've covered the specifics in prior episodes, but once again, this work should not be overlooked. Over the weekend, finally, a judge approved the $40 million payout for Tesla shareholders that they've been waiting for now for almost 4 years. A new Elon interview was released over the weekend, and they didn't talk much about Tesla, but Elon confirmed a Tesla bot prototype could be here as soon as later this year, and they expect to start moderate levels of production of the bot sometime next year. Elon confirmed, quote, Optimus is a general purpose sort of worker droid. The initial role must be in work that is repetitive, boring, or dangerous, basically work that people don't want to do. Great news for Canadians, Tesla FSD Beta is officially available for download in Canada. However, to that point, Elon said Toronto streetcars are not yet handled well by FSD, so Just be aware. CATL shared some news. It has developed its 3rd generation CTP or cell to pack battery tech, which we can imagine will make its way into Tesla vehicles starting in Shanghai. I won't share the article because it's tough to decipher how much of it is just marketing fluff and noise. Jordan from The Limiting Factor gave us this. I'm going to say that on balance, this could provide a 10 to 20% energy density increase for LFP from CATL. And it's important to remember that CATL may need to create new production lines for this new battery technology. So sure, it'd be great if they could hit volume production of this sometime this year. However, in the battery world with a supply chain situation, nothing is a guarantee, so proceed with caution. And just so you can be informed in case you see the name across social media, CATL is referring to this new technology as the Kirin battery. Very important reminder here, I'll stand by it. I believe Teslas are indeed the safest vehicles on the road. I've seen so many anecdotes like this where there were terrible accidents. The driver and or passengers should in theory have been hurt very badly, but they've ultimately walked away from the crash of the scene almost unharmed. So Tesla, job well done. Elon actually giving comment on a Washington Post article. Listen to what he said. Quote, "The Washington Post should change its tagline to 'Democracy dies behind our paywall.' If you're so concerned about democracy, stop forcing people to pay for allegedly important news. Your boss, Bezos, can certainly afford it, even after buying a support yacht for his yacht, Elon Musk." On those same lines, Elon was asked point blank, is he thinking about creating a new social media platform? To which he said, "I'm giving serious thought to this." NIO crossed a big milestone as it started deliveries of its ET7 sedan. This is important because the ET7 is the first new NIO EV to use the company's 2nd generation architecture that they call NT 2.0. This new architecture has more robust computing power, allowing for new features including more advanced driver assist systems. So I'm not really a Hollywood or an Oscars type of guy, but apparently Lucid did choose to advertise at the event. If you watched it, let me know 1, what I missed, and 2, if you saw any Lucid ads. The only other auto advertiser that has disclosed its Oscars affiliation was Stellantis. And apparently ABC was looking for between $1.7 and $2.2 million for a 30-second ad in the show. That'll do it for today. Don't forget, check out Masterworks, linked below. Please like the video if you did. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters.